What is going on, YouTube-iverts? John Stanek from Johnny Radio here, bringing you another Top 5 on this glorious Top 5 Friday, Thanksgiving Friday. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hope you're out there having fun and staying safe. But we've got to the end of the 1970s, folks, on the channel. The top 5 albums of the 70s, my personal favorite decade. So this is going to be a great one. Let's get right to it. At number 5... Tumbleweed Connection by Elton John from 1970. This thing is just a masterpiece. Every single song on here, as alone or as a cohesive whole, is just a 10 out of 10. I mean, from Ballad of a Well-Known Gun all the way until Burn Down the Mission. Every song is beautiful. Bernie Taupin's lyrics really bring the history of America into it, and then the vibe musically fits perfect. What they did is just very Americana, even country on certain songs, but the way that they do it and the orchestration is so beautiful on certain songs. My Father's Gun, the buildup of that one is just so tremendous, and then you've got this kind of bluesy piano ballad, Talking Old Soldiers. So many songs that you don't hear on a regular basis because a lot of them were not like radio pop standards, but man, what an amazing record. And that's just at my number 5. Now at number 4, Band of Gypsies by Jimi Hendrix, the live album from 1970. It was actually recorded on New Year's Eve in 1969 going into 70. And man, Hendrix just at the top of his game, sadly, right before he passed away in 1970. But with the Band of Gypsies, his newfound band that were trying out all kinds of different things with Buddy Miles on drums and just doing his thing, doing some of the vocal work actually on songs like Changes. But man, songs like Who Knows with just such a cool bluesy groove, and then songs like Machine Gun that are just mind-blowing. The way Hendrix makes his guitar sound like guns and bombs at one point. It's just overwhelming. Like the first time you hear it, you're just like, your mind is blown. And every time I revisit it, it almost feels like I'm listening to it again for the first time. Like, how does a person do this, especially in a live setting? Just unreal and so amazing. My favorite live album of all time. And that's just at number 4. So now at number 3... Songs in the Key of Life by Stevie Wonder. The greatest double album of all time, in my opinion. Just, there is not a weak track on this thing, and there are a lot of tracks on here, folks. I mean, you got I Wish, you've got As, you've got Pastime Paradise. No song is the same. He even has like a Latin song, Another Star, on here that is just amazing, the way that it builds and builds. You've got just the way it opens up with Love's in Need of Love Today. Such a strong message of positivity and love. Have a Talk with God, Village Ghetto Land, just so many different aspects of infusing love as the main just overall theme of this thing. And it's just beautiful. Isn't She Lovely is on here. Sir Duke, my God, just, it's almost like a greatest hits album, and it's just one of his many great records. So that is just at my number 3. Now at number 2, these guys, Dark Side of the Moon by Pink Floyd from 1973. Absolute classic. I mean, this is what making albums is all about, folks. Kind of a loose concept album. You got songs called Time, Money, The Great Gig in the Sky is about religion. It really just kind of sums up what life is all about, and really the dark side of life, if you will, throughout the album, leading all the way to Brain Damage and Eclipse at the end. But man, I mean, talk about songwriting just at another level. Roger Waters' lyrics on these things are just so they just resonate with you for the rest of your life. Songs like Time, which are a little depressing when you listen to them, but then you know, just a human being going through this worldly life that we live in, you can really relate to it. And then the music is so incredible. David Gilmour especially shines on his lead guitar work and vocals. And it's just one of those albums that continues to stand the test of time as one of the greatest rock masterpieces of all time. Us and Them, for God's sakes, just amazing. I can go on and on about it. So that's just my number 2. So now at number 1. Led Zeppelin 4, otherwise known as Zoso. Man, I mean, classic rock albums. This is what it's all about, folks. I mean, you got Stairway to Heaven. Just that alone would put that on my top 5. But I mean, you've got Black Dog, you've got Rock and Roll, The Battle of Evermore, a really underrated cool track. You've got Misty Mountain Hop, you've got Four Sticks, you've got Going to California, one of their greatest ballads, and ending it off with When the Levee Breaks. Just such an incredible rock blues masterpiece that anytime it comes on, you hear John Bonham's opening drum, you're like, yes, man. And I mean, Jimmy Page produced the thing. His songwriting is just unreal, the breadth of what they do on here. And of course, they would continue to just invent different sounds on albums like Physical Graffiti, but here it's just kind of the best of everything reduced down to like around a 45-minute record that just is perfect from start to finish. 10 out of 10, and that is my number 1, folks. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below, what are your top 5 albums of the 70s? If you're so bold, leave me a top 10 or more. I mean, there's so many amazing albums from that era. Obviously, I've done a top 5 of every year leading up through it, but it's coming to a close, guys. So we're going to be doing top 5 songs and albums of 2020 next month. And then starting in January, we're moving into the 80s. So get ready for that, folks. I'll be doing, year by year leading up until the best of the decade. So as always, I really appreciate you watching, commenting. I love the comments that you guys leave, and always leave some great discussion. So thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, Viva la vinyl. So guys, thanks so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and be sure to ring the bell for notifications so you can always see great quality content like you're seeing on the screen right now. Thank you so much for supporting Johnny Radio, and I'll see you soon.